Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Wiens. I'm in Mae Lawa, which is a village in the Mae Sariang district of Mae Hong Son in Northern Thailand. And this village is home to a Lawa people ethnic community. They are an indigenous people group of Thailand. And so today we have the honor to spend a day at the village where the head of the village has invited us over to cook what is the national dish of the Lawa people. You could consider it an original dish of Thailand, original food of Thailand. And so some of the members of the community have gathered at the house where they're going to start to cook. I'm extremely excited to be in this village, and I'm going to share all of the food and this entire time with you now. So we made it to the house where they're going to be cooking the dish, which is called to-sabuak. To-sabuak, right? To-sabuak. I think it can be made with a variety of meats, pork and chicken, but they're going to boil pork. They're going to mix it with all sorts of ingredients, and it is the national dish, the ultimate dish. It's a dish that's cooked for celebrations, for festivals, for get-togethers of the Lawa people. They are already taking the stems off of some local mountain Lawa chilies, and I cannot wait to just learn about this recipe, learn about this dish, and then taste it, of course. He's just gonna come in here to the indoor stove here just to dry fry, roast those chilies, all of those chilies. After the chilies are roasted, I think they're going to be pounded and then added, mixed with the pork more as a salad. Almost, it's kind of like a pork salad, right? It's going to be a pork salad. It's a pork salad dish, but way more ultimate than any salad I think we could ever imagine. Immediately while they're still hot, she's gonna pound them up, add some salt to the mortar, and immediately begin this crushing, pounding those chilies. You could just smell that aroma coming out of them is just irresistible. And they are gonna boil that pork for about 1 hour. I think with nothing added, right? You? No. Just straight up boil the pork until it's cooked, until it's tender. Just thinking about this dish, to-sabuak, this is an original dish from this area, from Thailand. This is an original, traditional, this is like as ancient and old of a dish that you can get here. This is a dish from this land. This could be original Thai food. Whatกับใบตองครับ
โลนไฟค่ะ
อ๋อโลนไฟ
จะเอาไปห่อต้นสะเบือกค่ะ
อ๋อห่อโอเค the dish is gonna be wrapped in banana leaves, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be cooked within the banana leaves later on or just wrapped in it and to eat it from the banana leaves. But that's another important step, is to just roast them over the fire just for a few seconds, and that's gonna make them more supple and be able to wrap and be able to work with the banana leaves. Yes, Auntie. It's local mountain rice that they grow, so they wash that a few times and that goes over the fire. And then also something interesting to note is that they still speak the original Lawa language. The younger people all know Thai and speak Thai, but the older generation especially, and especially at the homes, they still speak Lawa language. I hope you're already enjoying this video about the amazing Lawa people and their food. Also, a big thank you for choosing to watch this video. But right now, if you could just quickly give this video a like, that would be a huge help, and it will just take you 1 second. So thank you in advance for clicking like on this video. They've also got over here locally this is called, I don't know what the English name is, but in Thai, the direct translation is elephant foot, like a yam, which is amazing. It's huge. That is heavy. So they're gonna make this into a dish as well.
คิดนั่งก็ทอดไปเลยจับโอ้ก็ทอดคนอีก
อันนี้คือแกงมันเนี่ยค่ะพริกถั่วเน่าใส่แล้วนะคะ
ถั่วเน่าแล้วก็อันนี้
พริก
เป็นกระเทียมครับ
ใส่ค่ะ
ถั่วเน่าได้ครับ
อันนี้ผักอีหลึงค่ะ
ผักอีหลึง Okay, so for the elephant foot curry, it's going to be a curry or a soup, but she boiled water and then she added in some tua nao, which are fermented soybeans, boiled that down. She added salt. Then she said once it comes to a boil, then they added the elephant foot, which is purple in color, and it is, they peel the skin and then chopped it into cubes, puts that in. He added in what's called pak ilung, which looks like the tops of a flower. And then there's going to be chilies, there's going to be some coriander and green onions, and then also another unique ingredient, gachiap, which is roselle, the flowers of the roselle, which I don't know if I've seen roselle flowers being used in cooking other than a tea or a beverage, but used in cooking. That is amazing. Okay, ครับเอาใส่พริกแล้วใช่ไหมครับพริกใส่แล้วค่ะโอเคครับแล้วก็สุกค่ะแล้วก็เสร็จแล้วเหรอครับค่ะ That's it. It's like a boil. You can already tell it's going to have an amazing sour and spicy taste to it. And that dish is ready. Wow. สวยมากครับสวย สวยมากครับอันนี้เห็นไหมครับแม่ครับเห็นไหมครับแม่ It's an honor to sit here with Auntie. She's just, we don't speak any words the same, but she is smiling, she's laughing, she's cracking up, especially looking at herself in the camera. But I just had the honor to watch her as she put on some of her traditional jewelry, and her necklaces are beautiful, and her earrings. She has earrings, and she actually has a necklace or a piece of jewelry that strands from one ear down her chin to the other ear. ใช่ครับสวยมากครับ And the pork is coming along nicely, slow simmering, so slow boiling. You can tell it's starting to really tenderize. Oh, these are the seeds. Can you buy it here? I would.
โน่นนี่เป็นใบเทียแล้วตอนแรกจะเก็บไว้ทำก็พี่อยาก
ได้ใช่ไหมครับ
เก็บได้หลายเดือนไหมคะ
along with preserving the traditional Lawa culture and language and delicious food. Some of the things that they produce and that they supply, a lot of red beans and then also coffee. They grow a lot of coffee. And so we're going to have a chance to see as they process, as they supply some of these ingredients.
ก็ไปตากแดดล่ะคะ
ยุ่งแต่เปล่า
ไม่มีลิมิต
ไม่มีลิมิต
ไม่มี
And it is made from the local mountain rice. Okay, oh yeah, it's very smooth. But you know things are getting good when Auntie pops out of the door smiling with a brown bottle. Right, Ying? The skin, the fat, the chunks, massive chunks of pork. And then, so the pork is going to be one dish, and then she said the soup is going to be also eaten, but as a side, like a side soup. Something to notice, something to recognize is that it's only salt that is used within the cooking. There's no fish sauce, there's no liquid, goopy sauces, processed sauces, salt. And that's how it's been done for centuries.
สับเลยเหรอคะสับต้องสับถ้าซอยแบบนี้มันไม่อร่อยอ๋อเหรอคะต้องสับเลยหั่น
So I think all the ingredients are ready. The pork is boiled, everything is chopped, all of the herbs. The next thing that she's going to get started is chopping the pork. We've got 20 kilos of pork. Another interesting fact that they just mentioned is that they said if you just slice it into pieces like a steak, it won't taste good. You have to chop it. Chop, and mince. And they said that flavor is going to be much better. I mean, I definitely agree. There's some huge truth to that, as well as some tradition to that, I believe. Chopping it, mincing it, is going to bring the flavors together, mingle it with the fat, and that does make a difference.
มาที่เกมมาอยู่นำกินซีฟู้ดมาเอ้ยเราผักชีเนาะกันมันน่าอะไรนี่พริกนี่ก็มันก็ได้เหมือนกันเนาะมีเป็ดเลยเฮ้ยเราสิเก็บเอาทำไมเปลี่ยนชุดแต่ว่าเป็นล่างอ่ะชุดเมื่อกี้ไม่สะดวกเหรอ
Awesomely.
มันมองอู้เปิดพริกมันไง
Now you can see how it is a celebration dish. It's a dish that brings people together to eat in a big portion, in a big amount, made for the entire community. This single dish is a major part of the Lawa culture.
กินเผ็ดได้ค่ะ
ใช่ครับปกติ
ใส่ก่อน
คนที่นี่กินครับ So first for the dressing, she got a bowl of the soup broth from the pork, then mixes in a bowl of the pounded chilies, a bunch of salt, and a little bit of the MSG.
ใครคะเนี่ยตุ้ยมาเพื่อนตุ้ยเก่าเตะนะมั้ง
ใช่ครับ
ธรรมชาติเลย
เอาไปปอแล้วตุ้ยจะ
กลัวครับ
ต้องชิมว่ารสชาติใช้ได้หรือยัง
มันต้องเค็มนำเหรอคะ
Yes.
ยิ้ม
Yes.
And you?
Auntie trying it.
ลองกระแซมเซจิ้มอ่ะ
ดูตักตัวง่าย
กูจะได้มาเสิร์ฟยิ้มยิ้มเฮียยังไอ้ยิ้มยิ้ม
Nhìn nàyครับ
ยิ้มเตะได้กว่าบ้า
อร่อยภาษาลาวครับอร่อยไหม
ๆอร่อยภาษาเรา
อร่อยภา
เ
ษา
ยิ้ม
เงียม
ยิ้ม
เงียมเงียมเงียม
นี่อะไรอ่ะ
จับกินบรอยจ้ะ
มิกครับทำดีๆมิก
ใส่เยอะกันตรงนี้
ลูก
อันนี้แค่ให้เป็นสีสันต้นของบักชี
น้ำซุปต้องปรุงด้วยเหรอคะ
ตัวพวกโอ้ยเจ้า
Because otherwise you're gonna be in there.
อันนี้ก็ค่อยสวยจ้ะแนวบัวตัวลอง
เนาะไอ้ก้าเป็นไรมาก
ทำดีกว่าเต้าบัวเอากว่าตัวใหม่พอนะเอากว่าถึง
This is a meal that's not only about the food itself and the taste of the food, but the process, the traditional method, the amazing Lawa people. All the pork is wrapped. That has to be like 20 or 30 packets of pork. And I think that's not even all the pork. I think they have more to make and mix. And then also the rice is going to be wrapped in a similar fashion within banana leaves. A packet of rice. So that's what they're going to do now. And this, again, this is the locally grown Lawa mountain rice. Okay. And so I think that's it. That's the entire process. To finish off the soup, she just added in a bowl full of chopped coriander and green onions. Just stirs that around. I think the whole process and the preservation of the traditional culture is what truly stands out about this meal and this entire process and this national dish of the amazing Lawa people.
ยังไงเมนูเซิร์ฟ
Oh, okay.
น่าจะแอบกินนะ
ส้มมัน
Oh, chai cup.
มาทำไมชิอันนี้ไอเทศขอบคุณครับยังพี่มิก
Yes. So, I think everyone else is a little bit shy to eat on camera with us, but Auntie, she is not shy. I have the honor to hang out to eat lunch with Auntie. And then the rest of the ladies who cooked lunch, they're in the kitchen, I think, eating. The men are still occupied with Auntie's bottle of homebrew, which is out, and they're still working on that. But Auntie and I, we are gonna sit down to eat a spectacular moment. And this is just the traditional, completely eco-friendly way to eat, way to wrap food. Got the packet of pork here. She's gonna show us how to eat it. Oh, I take some of the rice maybe first? I'm gonna follow Auntie. She's eating rice first before the pork. Oh, okay, now soup time. Come on, come. Wow, that is a thick, oily pork soup. Wow, that is thick like gravy. So flavorful. Okay, next move into move into the pork. Yeah, there's some chunks of fat, the herbs, the salt in there. Look at that meat. Oh wow. That pork. It's so simple, but so ultra natural tasting. The tenderness of the pork, you taste all of those herbs in there. The salt, the coriander, and the lemongrass. Oh, that's what you taste also is the roasted smoky green chilies. It gives it a smokiness, gives it a little bit of chili heat. It's not like overly spicy, but it's so fragrant. And Auntie seems to be following a lot of bites with a little bit of that soup broth. So I'm gonna follow also. She almost cannot control her laughter. She is amazing. But then you move in for bites of rice. Something that's interesting though is that she's not mixing the pork with the rice. She's taking bites of rice, following with soup, chasing with bites of the pork, and then kind of repeating the process. Like I haven't seen her mix. Oh man, that is just, it's a simple flavor, but it is incredibly tasty, incredibly fresh, incredibly natural. The way things should taste, even the herbs here, which are definitely from the backyard. The rice is from the backyard. The pork is local. The soup, it's all natural and incredible. And the rice is also quite sticky. It's regular rice, it's not glutinous rice, but it kind of has a sticky texture to it. And I think I've especially seen her taking bites of rice and then following with soup. Oh, I think Auntie says we need more salt in the soup. Okay, I'm gonna retry it now too with the soup. Okay. It's not salted enough for Auntie's taste, but that soup is rich. That's just straight like melted pork fat. Oh man. With just a hint of a fragrance from the lemongrass. Just look at the texture of that. Okay, okay. It got the head nod approval. Oh, ใช่ครับ It is better. Yeah, she especially takes the rice and then drinks soup after the rice to go with the rice. That's amazing. She does not speak English. She only speaks like maybe a couple words of Thai, barely any Thai. But just, this is a precious moment with Auntie. She is amazing. That's fascinating to think about. Of all the things I've tried in Thailand, this might be the dish of Thailand. Oh, that soup. And he's urging us to eat more and to keep on eating. Such a cool educational lesson and such a special meal to be a part of.
อร่อยไหมคะ
อร่อยมากครับใช่ครับ Yeah, that fat just kind of wiggles and melts in your mouth. The rice with a drink of soup. Oh yeah, that's the full pork experience. We're just happily enjoying the meal and totally forgot about that yam, that purple yam, elephant foot yam dish curry with the roselle, with that type of flour, fuzzy flour, with the herbs in there, with the chilies in there. And you can just smell the sour aroma to it. Oh, wow. That is incredible, actually. The sourness, acidity, it's just sour and salty, a little bit spicy. You've got the flavor of all those herbs, and then that elephant foot yam. It has this amazing texture, similar to taro or cassava. And without a doubt, these bamboo cup spoons are the greatest way to drink broth or soup. You can hold so much. It's like, I mean, it's like a cup with a handle. And I don't want to miss the opportunity to drink some soup with every bite. What an ultimate pork experience. Micah! Bye-bye! Again, that was a spectacular lunch. And from here, we're gonna go meet a man who grows coffee, and he's gonna harvest some of the coffee, which is ready to harvest now. But we gotta hike up the hill first. Micah got a ride. We gotta just go straight up the side of the mountain though. Micah, follow me. I can see coffee growing on the side of this mountain here.
จ้าอยู่ไหน เอาเลยโอเคช่วยมาออกมาหาหน่อย นี่กาแฟเริ่มแดงบ้างนะแดงบ้าง
So he's the one harvesting the coffee, and now we're just in the thick midst. Coffee just blooming everywhere. So much so that you have to walk through the coffee. Oh, it's beautiful. And I just love the coffee trees. And emerge through the forest of coffee. We've come to the coffee hut where you can chill, where you can harvest the coffee. This is kind of like the retreat zone. What a place. And now would be a good time to just quickly tell you about coffee in this area in northern Thailand. Originally, a lot of the hill tribe communities and villages were growing poppy, opium poppy. And then I think in this region about 50 or so years ago, the king of Thailand introduced coffee as more sustainable, as a better way to earn money, to make a living for your family. And so a lot of these hill tribe communities then started growing coffee. And now you'll find like just amazing world-class coffee on the tops of these mountains in Mae Hong Son, in Chiang Mai, in Chiang Rai. We're gonna go pick some coffee. Oh.
เอาสีแดงๆนี่แหละครับ
I'll see dang dang, okay, cup. Without a doubt, one of my favorite beverages in the entire world. And just to see him harvesting by hand the ripe coffee cherries. It is a beautiful thing, and it just makes every cup of coffee so meaningful when you think about where it comes from, how it is picked, and it's a beautiful thing. Oh, กินข้าวแล้วครับใช่กิน So then we scrambled back down the mountain, where we're next gonna stop at a silversmith. The Lawa people are known for their silver, known for their silverware, silver jewelry, and silver makings. They still have a number of silversmiths throughout the village.
เป็นคันเทแบบโบราณ
And he's gonna melt that down and show us how he makes the silver bars. Meron ka, Vi.
นิดหน่อยนิดหน่อย
And then, yeah, that can be used now to make into jewelry, to flatten, to all sorts of stuff. That was very cool. Very cool to see the silver shop. Ying ended up buying some earrings and some jewelry. I got some coffee and some red beans. And so that is gonna complete it's been an amazing experience, an amazing time at Ban La Up in Mae Sariang district, Mae Hong Son. So it was a huge honor to have a chance to learn about the Lawa people and their traditional food, the to-sabuak. And what a dish, what a process. It was incredibly delicious. A huge thank you to everyone who was so friendly, everyone who was so hospitable, the head of the village. That's gonna wrap it up. I wanna say a huge thank you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, click subscribe and also click the little bell icon so you'll immediately get notified of the next video that I publish. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye from Mae Hong Son, and I will see you on the next video.